So, all right. So, I think we've all heard the famous expression, "not in your wildest dreams," right? And it's crazy because a lot of us never afford ourselves the luxury of dreaming, not even out loud, but just wildly, right? Have you ever asked yourself, who are you in your wildest dreams? I'm talking about your wildest dreams, and I think there's going to be like two people that are going to walk across the car. I'm going to be slightly awkward, but stay with me, right? Like, who are you in your wildest dreams? I'm talking about wildest dreams, right? I'm not talking about mediocre, mid-level, lemon and herb kind of wildest dreams. I'm talking about, very Perry, all the way heat, turned up the dial, you down, turned it all the way up and broke the dial off, right? That wildest dreams. For me, it's the $32 million house that's set, I think it's in the Hollywood Hills, and I call it the Miami house because it looks like it should be in Miami, right? But it's got like a lot of tropical themed trees around it, right? And it's on Inez Yilmaz's show. I'll leave a link to the house so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's a gorgeous house. It's got travertine floors, right? If you don't know what travertine is, I just plugged you. It's some amazing stone. Just, they use it to build the Colosseum. And it's just gorgeous, right? It's not over the top. It's not too much. It just does the job, right? And when I say does the job, it does it at a tune of $32 million. But in any case, I digress. But that's me. That's my house. That's my setting. I've probably got it perched up somewhere, on a place where I can see the Joburg city skyline. So something along the lines of North Cliff Ridge, or somewhere where I can see the city when I'm sitting in my lounge, right? And I'm thinking up the next video and the next content in my office, my home office. So that's that. There's in the car, in the garage, I like three cars, right? If I can have those three, then I'm a happy camper. We'll start with the big boy, right? The toy, which is the 911 GT3, right? I've got it either in the shark blue, which is shocking, but it's a big car. It's a car that deserves that, right? It's rather shouty, it's loud, but it is what it is. It's a GT3, right? It's not a Kia Picanto. By the way, I'm not knocking Kia. I'm sitting in a Kia Rio, so squad car, and no, I'm not talking about the boys, I'm talking about the family, because that's my tribe, those are my people. I am sitting in a G63 because we love to travel and we need a car that not only looks luxurious and stylish, but it actually, it's a 4x4, it's a capable 4x4. I know some of you are going to scoff and say, oh, Land Rover or Land Cruiser, whatever. Okay, it's my dream, and I think a lot of us need to learn that it's your dream. Stop letting people interject in your dream. Some of you dream through other people's eyes for you, or through other people's expectations for you. You're like, oh my god, if I do it this way, what are they gonna think? Some of you are dating people through other people's eyes. You're like, oh, how are they going to see me when they see me with this person? And therefore you are, yeah. But in any case, I'm gonna let that go. So there's the 911 GT3. I might have it in that flat gray that it comes in. It's a gorgeous color too, right? Kind of subdued, but it'll still kill you because it's a shark to me, right? The G63 for the squad, and then the daily runaround, right? I'm still trying to figure out between an Audi RS3, right? It's just quick enough and it's potent. It's like the perfectly sized Audi, right? And it's potent enough to actually do the job. I heard one on the freeway yesterday on the N12, and that boy was rocking that thing. Like, he was proper, getting his money's worth for the installment that he's paying on that thing. I think last time I checked, it was around between 16 and 20 grand a month, right? That's without insurance. So there's that, or the new 2023 Wild Track in that electric orange. I think that's what the color they call it. And I have to blame a good friend of mine. Solely it's your fault that I fell in love with big bakkies. So bakkies here in South Africa, for my American and UK based audience, and those guys in Vietnam. Hey, shout out to Vietnam. Vans or trucks, right? In America, it's a truck. Here, it's a bakkie. Okay, it's a van. Okay. And Solly ruined me because I got to spend some time with him, and we were driving around in his so he's got the previous generation Wild Track, right? And it's a beast, man. That thing is just, it handles like nearly like a car to some extent. Like, it'll fool you into thinking that you're in like a Golf GTI, and then it reminds you that I'm a bakkie, and you're like, okay, let me back off cornering, right? We might topple over. So it's between that for the daily run around, either 2023 Ford Ranger Wild Track, in electric orange, right? Because I have to have it in that color. It's just, yeah, right. It's so unlike me, by the way. I'm so chilled, right? And then there's this car that's orange, right? Driving around in a big, looks like a lunch tub, right? Tupperware, but in any case. So that's me dreaming out loud. I am the most supportive husband and father in the world in my wildest dreams, right? My wife does not doubt that I think she is the most gorgeous woman on the surface of the planet, and I'm talking in the history of the planet, right? And I know that some of you are like, she wishes, like, have you seen me? I'm like, yeah, I've not seen you, and even if I've seen you, I don't care. She's the most beautiful woman in the world when I eventually find her, right? Wife, if you're watching this, it was so funny, by the way. Hey, listen, if you see this, when you finally meet me, I spoke about you. I just want you to know, and I think you're the most beautiful woman. I haven't even met you and I already know that, right? And not because just you're visually beautiful, but man, your heart is gold, it's solid, and I trust you 100%. Like, I need you to know before I've even met you that I'll put my life on the line for you, because I think you're the most amazing human in the whole world, right? And then to the kids, guys, there's nothing that dad wouldn't do for you. Like, and I love all of you in your unique ways, right? There's no favorites here, but I do know that all of you are just different, and I love you, and I'm going to endeavor to love you in a way that best honors all of you, right? So I'm just letting you guys know this is for the future. Well, for your future, but for you guys it'll be from the past, right? This is your dad telling you guys I love you from the past, in your future, and his future, in your past. And to my wife, yo, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. Never gonna be boring. But in any case, that's me. I'm gonna be that like embarrassingly supportive husband and dad. Like, I'm gonna be the dad when the kids are playing in a match, or one of my kids is in either match, and the team is not doing good. I'm the guy that's shouting at the coach, going, "Listen, do you want to win this match? Do you want to win this match? Then put my kid in. You know that's the most logical thing." And I know it's gonna be, hyperinflated. I will have a big head on behalf of my kid, right? My kid will be like very, like humble, but also knowing that they're deadly, because I'm their dad. Come on, right? You made from this stock, and your mom, who's awesome and fabulous. So I'm gonna be that kind of, in my wildest dreams, that's who I am. And a lot of us need to dream according to our wildest dreams instead of dreaming according to our job title, our tax bracket, or the neighborhood that we come from. Some of you dream according to your bank balance, right? And your bank balance is not inspiring. It may not be right now. And that's crazy, because you're not getting billed for dreaming. You're not being billed for this dream. Like, for dreaming, like, your life already might be a nightmare, or feels like a nightmare. Like, imagine then not allowing yourself to dream. Right, which is also just kind of a little digress, a little health kind of rant. Guys, get good sleep. That's how you get good dreams as well. The reason why some of you cannot break out into the life that you want is because you're not even fostering an environment for you to breathe, to dream. You're not fostering an environment that actually that encourages for you to dream your wildest dreams. In fact, you don't even need to go to sleep to dream your wildest dreams. Just sit. Some of you need to learn and accept the gift of just, I'm going to sit and wait and give myself the chance to actually dream with my eyes wide open and dream the wildest dream. And then you know what you do? You write it down. Like, for instance, I know, in my wildest dreams, our family for our holidays, it's either we are doing, the cliche, like Phuket, Bali, because we love we love that Indonesian side of the world, or we're doing Hawaii, right? Either we're on is that Oahu? Because everybody kind of goes to, like, Waikiki. They kind of always go to what's the other one? Kind of like Maui. I'm hoping that's in Hawaii. The people that are in Hawaii, please correct me, call me out if I've got it wrong. But in any case, and then my favorite is we holiday in Japan in the summer. Like, I know everybody goes to Japan for the winter because you get to see we're in the summer with the cherry blossoms, and we rent out a tiny castle, right? We're not gonna be like out here balling like we're Yakuza or like we're the Shoguns, right? We rent out a tiny castle or a tiny house in Japan, in Okinawa, and we just enjoy ourselves in the countryside of Japan for summer. That's us in our wildest dreams. Like, can you see that? Like, right now I'm sitting in the Verts parking lot. Finally, you guys know where I work, right? Stalkers, hey, listen, behave. I'm sitting in my mom's car. I'm a Tyro, and I've said this to you guys before, right? Ladies, do not be fooled. I know this voice sometimes might let you believe. No, I'm a Tyrone right now. Lost my car during COVID, and this is my mama's car. It's like, do not be fooled, right? But I'm dreaming out loud, and I'm dreaming my wildest dream. Why? Because I'm not getting billed for this. Because some of us are so poverty stricken in our dreams. Isn't that crazy? You could be poverty stricken in your mind to the extent that you can't even afford yourself the luxury of dreaming a wildest dream. And that's sad for me. That's sad for me. So I want to ask you, who do you look like in your wildest dream? And what does your reality look like in your wildest dreams? And then write it down. Like, seriously, write it down. All right? Don't be kind of like be flippant about it. Because if you don't have a script for yourself, somebody's going to have a script for you. Like, and I know you've heard that being said before, and it's becoming cliche, but it's the truth. And sometimes it becomes cliche because it's the truth hiding in plain sight. Like, write it down. What do you drive? What do you wear? Like, in my wildest dreams, I always laugh about this, right? Because whenever I go to my barber and he's like, so, the usual, I'm like, yeah, Michael B. Jordan, right? I know I'm nowhere near as good looking as Michael B. Jordan. Well, we'll see. When the money touches me, you never know, right? In my wildest dreams, man, I've got Michael B. Jordan's skin routine, and I've got his fitness routine. I've got the dress code down, right? Because that's my totem. That's my standard. Some of you need to set a standard for yourself, and even if it looks ridiculous, some of you be like, I want to be like Dwayne Johnson. Okay, then do it. Write it down. Like, that is the standard, the bar that I set for myself, right? Like, for me, that's Michael B. Jordan in all of his movies. And I think No Remorse is where he is without remorse, either No Remorse or Without Remorse, where he's like a special ops, operative. It's a soldier, beast, right? That's me, right? And I'm not afraid to say it. Could I absolutely fail at this? Absolutely. Oh, like, the chances of me not achieving all of this, it's 50-50. And those are damn good odds for me, right? I've given myself 50-50. Some of you are like, oh, maybe 70-30. That's your business. For me, I'm giving myself a 50-50 chance, right? And I'm specific about it. You can ask me this at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you exactly who I am in my wildest dreams. Because what you're going to do when you've finally written down what you look like in your wildest dreams, you can actually start to copy the version of you that's in your wildest dreams. He gets up at 5 o'clock. This is what he's doing for a living, right? 3 things I want to define myself by, which is speaker, author, counselor, or like psychologist, therapist, right? Shout out to the person that calls me their therapist. You know who you are, right? I'm actually doing the thing. I actually started, I think, the first video in an introductory course for psychology from the University of Toronto somewhere, right? It's online. Guys, there's stuff that you can actually learn. There's courses you can pick up online for free or for $40. They'll even give you funding. Okay, not NSFAS. It's the Canadian NSFAS, and this one pays out. Okay, like, they pay. It's all right. You don't owe anyone. I don't owe nobody, right? I'm finishing a digital marketing and e-commerce certificate for like $40. Google paid for it. Okay, you can do stuff. This December, instead of Groove, pick up a certificate. Just flex on us. Just like, bam, I'm certified. All right. So that's me. Do yourself a favor. Dream your wildest dream, and then dare to copy who they are. Reverse engineer it until you look like the dream in real life, in your waking life. Love you guys.